Like, how do I balance it out? Oh my god, gas leak. Hey there, and welcome to Five Nights at Dolma'S 3. It's been a while since we covered the second Dolma'S game and the first one, so definitely gonna be a bit weird kind of getting back into this, but I kind of wanted to wrap up the Dolma'S series, and I think there's still 2 more games after this one. I'm not really sure how to, like, continue off with the story, like, explain it. If you haven't seen the previous Dolma videos that I made, like, I think over a month or 2 now. So I would suggest checking those out. There's going to be a playlist in the description with all the parts for this series anyway. So that's probably going to be the best way to kind of like catch up, I guess. From a story perspective, it's going to be kind of weird explaining what happens, but long story short, right, the first game took place at Dolma'S Grand Circus. Obviously, animatronics went a bit rampant, and eventually the establishment got shut down. So then another entrepreneur took on the location, calling it Dolma'S Grand Circus and Entertainment, I believe. And that kind of also had similar problems because they had the same animatronics. But this game is actually predating the first. This game takes place around the time where there was an agreement between Dolma Entertainment and RoboSmith. RoboSmith had the animatronics that Dolma'S would eventually get, and they had like a special agreement where I believe Dolma'S bought RoboSmith's animatronics. Now, to be specific, RoboSmith is actually the company that is associated with William Afton, so that's how they're involved in all this. But, long story short, this is pretty much predating the first and second game, so I guess it's going to kind of like give us more context as to how things went the way they did in the first game. So, with that said, honestly, we're going to hop right in. Story-wise, here we go. Before the opening of Dolma'S Grand Circus in the first game, Dolma Entertainment decided to reach an agreement with RoboSmith due to the expensive price of the new robots. The factory accepted, but they had a trick up their sleeves. William Afton, alongside a group of scientists, rented a small facility near RoboSmith for carrying out their experiments, but something went wrong, which made the scientists give back Dolma to the circus. So yeah, that's what it was. They made some sort of deal. I kind of forgot what the deal was now, but it had something to do with the expensive price of the animatronics, which Dolma could not afford at the time. So with that said, let's just hop right in. Also, besides... Ooh, here you go. Name, Afton's Research Facility, and the date, February 2009. So we have Pipes Room, Control Room, Main Office. 4 rooms with animatronics, it looks like. Night 1. Now, the second game that I played was actually a remake. I don't know if the first game was also a remake at the time. I don't think it was. But here we go. We can look left and right. Actually, we can only look to the left, but I can't do anything right now. Or maybe I'm not even in the office yet, technically. I have a flashlight. Let's pick up the phone.
Hello, and welcome to your new night job. First of all, let me introduce myself. I'm Matthew, one of the workers here working alongside William Afton in this project.
Okay.
You've run on the contract. Afton is conducting an experiment with the animatronic robots from the previous Dolma'S pizzeria, called Dolma'S Circus. Said robots are stored in this facility. Your job is to take a peek at those robots during the night. Make sure to report any anomalies once your shift is over. You might be a bit lost. It's normal if we take into account that it is your first shift. Don't worry, I'm here to explain to you how everything works. This facility is formed by 3 main rooms. The control room,
Okay.
the main office, in which you are in now, and the pipes room, where the gas can be adjusted. Furthermore, there are 4 small chambers where the animatronics are kept. For understanding this location better, go to the control room, where a map layout of the facility is displayed.
Okay, is that up ahead? Oh! Okay, so that's how we turn off power.
You are now in the control room, where you can access the cam system and the audio system.
Okay.
With this device, you are able to see the interior of the chambers and access the audio system located all around the facility. This audio system perceives only sound, as the name says, but on the other hand, the cameras perceive only images, not sound. With these cameras, you are able to have an eye on the animatronics, and with the audio system, you are able to know if something is lurking in those hallways. Pretty easy. Our security system is not very good, but is more than needed. Also, we have given you a flashlight. Use it for illuminating dark areas and making sure there is nothing necessary outside the rooms. Flash the flashlight to the windows just ahead of you.
Oh,
Now,
let's see.
let's go to the last room, the pipes room.
Okay.
You are now in the pipes room, where the gas can be adjusted. This facility is quite old, therefore there might be a gas leak which you will have to fix. Come into this room and turn the crank to your left until it's fixed should do the trick. Finally, let's go back to the main office.
I assume it's fixed.
Okay, I'm pretty sure you know our facility by now. It's not that hard to memorize. I think you are perfectly fine, but if you think you are in danger, either flee or turn the lights off. Remember, you have the control room for tracking where the animatronics are at any moment. Be careful when going from one room to another. You will not have a very pleasant surprise if you encounter one of them while going through those hallways.
Okay.
Be sure the hallway is empty when switching from one room to another. I mean, if you run into one of them, you can get a nosebleed. Their mascot suits are really hard. I'm not implying anything worse, though. Just make sure you follow these instructions and nothing will happen. Good luck and good night.
Okay, so I guess in general, you would use the hallway, you kind of use these cameras to kind of figure out where they are, obviously, if they're in the rooms, and then you use these to kind of tell if there's anyone in the hallway audio-wise, which is interesting. That's a different idea. For pipes room, you would check hallway 3, I guess, if you want to make sure if there's anything in front of the pipes room. For the control room, I guess similar. I guess you want to be careful of this hallway if there's anyone in like this 6 or 7, maybe 5 even. Again, it's a very interesting idea. I'm not really sure how I'm gonna navigate this. I guess like basic terms, if there's anything in 1 or 5, don't go from the main office to the pipes. And be very careful going from the control room main office for 5 and 7. 6, I think, is just a good way of knowing to check in front of you. And the other ones are just kind of like general information. 2, 3, 4. Nothing too immediate. But yeah, it's an interesting idea. This is for in front. As for the pipes, I'm not sure how to tell if anything's wrong with them. Oh, someone already left. Let's take a look. So there's someone... Okay. So now okay, so it's a lot more clear to tell there. So in that case, I don't want to go to the pipes room. Now the only thing is, how do I know when I need to go to the pipes room? Is there going to be like an alarm or something that like lets me know? Oh. Okay, there's gonna be someone in front of the control room. In this case, I can use the light. Do I use the light to scare them off, or do I just flee? I think in this case I can flee, right? Whoa, whoa. Flee. I don't know if I did that right. Okay, I did. Okay. But Billy now is wait, no, Billy left. Hold on. Okay. So I don't... Yeah, this is very interesting. So like, trying to like figure out gameplay-wise. Let's see, what time is it? 4 o'clock. So at the very least, I don't know if they're always going to go in the same direction though. I guess that's something that I'll figure out eventually. Check here. So I don't want to really like go back to the main office whenever... Somewhat, wait. Where did the elephant go? There they go. Okay, I'll hear a giant noise whenever there's someone nearby. Okay, leave. Oh, they're still here. Wait, are they still here? I don't know if... Okay, no, they're gone. Alright, so now I'll want to go to the pipes. Actually, do I really want to do that? Okay, so... Maybe I don't want to be in the pipes area. Oh, wait, no, but I fled. Huh. Oh. Okay, that was risky because they were literally at 5. Let's see, there's 2 characters still moving. Luckily they have their own unique sounds. It looks like for the pipes, there's like an ambient sound that will get louder the longer you leave it unattended. So at least like, there may not be like a natural alarm, but there's a audio. There's something that I guess you're encouraged to just visit the pipes room occasionally. Yeah, this is gonna be a very interesting gameplay loop to kind of like go through. It's not. I mean, I don't even know if you would call it like a gameplay loop. Like you kind of have to. You kind of have to like. It's. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Oh, that's not good. Hold on.
Welcome to your second shift. Nothing
Thanks.
happened yesterday, right? What happens with the animatronics, don't forget to report it at the end of your shift.
Okay.
We want our security pals to be as safe as possible. Yesterday, I forgot to tell you something. At first glance, you might think that there are only 4 robots stored in this facility. That's not true. There are a pair of small robots called mini-lols stored in Laura's chamber alongside her, which cannot be seen in the camera feed. If you are
What? What the hell was that? Oh, what the? Random minigame, okay. I do remember there were some minigames in, like, kind of Evolve. I don't remember much of it, though. I remember this character. This character was present. You have someone skulking behind the show stage. Okay, well, I'm guessing that was like a rare thing you can encounter. Cool. Now they were saying there were some mini Lauras in here, or the mini Laos. They were in the second game as well.
If you're wondering, Laura is the Ballora robot.
Yeah.
Going back to the mini Lols, you may detect them when you hear their giggle. If you do so, use the survival tips I gave you yesterday. Changing the subject, what I will tell you now is confidential, and I'm pretty sure we can trust it. Basically, Mr. Afton is designing the new set of animatronics for the upcoming Dolma'S Grand Circus, which will open eventually. These new robots feature some designs which we don't really understand, just like the ones from Circus Baby's Pizza World. Afton's designs always tend to have some features which make them quite unique. They are clearly state-of-the-art. And that's everything I have to tell you for tonight. Good night.
Okay, well, that gas leak was unexpected. Oh, I'm leaving. Well, I'll just keep working on this then. Oh, hell no, wait. If I'm hearing sounds in here, I think that means I have to shut the light off. Okay, hopefully I'm good now. Okay, you left. Okay, 2 of them are active. I don't know what to do about the mini Laos though. I was so distracted by the gas, I don't remember what to do about them. Alright, so there's 2 of them. There were 2 of them there. 3 of them are active. Like in this scenario, I doubt I can go from the main office to the pipe room if they're both there, right? That's the only thing I'm trying to like figure out, I guess. Like how do I balance it out? Oh my god, gas leak. Okay, I want to test that out. So I'm guessing, or maybe the idea is that when you go to the main office and you hear that sound cue, you know it's not safe to go crossing the hallways. Let's see, they're outside, they're at position 5. Okay, just position 5. And I would, if I have to guess, main office. Gas leak detected, but I just did it. Or maybe the idea is that I only take care of the gas leak when I get the alarm, and I don't have to worry about it afterwards. Like, do I only worry about the pipes when they tell me about the pipes? Because this whole time I've been operating under just do the pipes regularly, but it seems like that's not the case because I literally just worked on it. So if that's the case, this is actually a different gameplay loop than I was expecting, because then it's like, I could technically wait here until they arrive. I can leave, go back to the main office, chill out. I don't have to go into the pipes until I'm absolutely sure it's safe. But at the same time, it would be wise to at least, like, monitor where everyone is. So, like, I know you're here. Let's shut this off. I'm not sure if there's anyone in here. Okay. So now, shut the light off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, clear. Unfortunately, I'm still unsure as to what to do with the mini allows. They're at 5, 4, and 2. You still haven't moved. I would guess that the mini allows you take care of, like, if you see them, maybe. Or you just use the light. Okay, one of them's near the office already, I can tell. But it's like, if I know... Actually, wait. No, they're not by the office. Four... Only 2 of them are active. But I only had position on one of them? Yeah, okay, Dolma went back. Okay, so it's literally just it's literally just Belle. Belle and Billy are both out. Alright, that's the end of the shift. So now, the gameplay mechanic actually makes a lot more sense now.
Welcome to your third night. No new updates on Afton's research, but there are some things coming to light regarding Dolma Entertainment. Afton has hired one of the 2 brothers who created the original pizzeria. I think that...
I had to get it. I missed the first one then, technically, because there might have been one for night 1. So this is the guy that was backstage. He's pissed. I'm tired. Very tired. My brother is receiving all the acclamation, but I'm the one who created those animatronics. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, this part does sound familiar, I think. Maddle and Spring Billy. This has to end. I can't allow this. I worked very hard. So it's kind of, I think... So it's already looking like it's a similar dynamic to like Henry and William, only in this case it would be technically Henry who's pissed and jealous. But of course in this case they're siblings and... yeah.
Welcome to your third night. No new updates on Afton's research, but there are some things coming to light regarding Dolma Entertainment. Afton has hired one of the 2 brothers who created the original pizzeria. I think the dude is called John, but I'm not sure about it.
Okay.
The crew will interview him. We want to know some things regarding the company which have come to light. By the way, try to check on Billy more. After what he did in Dolma'S Circus, I think we shouldn't trust him. I know it sounds like a bad horror movie plot, but we should treat this as serious business. That's pretty much everything I have to tell you for tonight. Talk to you tomorrow night.
Turn off. I think that's 2 characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait. I don't know if they make sound again when they leave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, leave. Okay. We'll count again. Wait, shut off the light. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh! Okay, so not quite. So that part's gonna be a little tricky. I can't tell when they leave. I don't know if they make us. If they're. I gotta pay attention to whether there's a sound cue for when they leave. I don't think there is. Music. That's new. I wonder if the music was for Laura. Like, that's another. That's how I know if Laura's there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There's music there. So the music is for Laura. Hold it. Will I hear another sound cue? No. No additional sound cue. The only thing that's kind of weird is that, technically speaking, the safest rooms are the control room and the pipe room, because technically speaking, you can leave those rooms safely, because you're supposed to leave them whenever an animatronic shows up at the windows or whatnot. So it's like, what? Like if I'm in the pipe room and I hear sounds, I leave the pipe room, and I know I should be safe, because there's no reason for me to not be safe if they want me to leave the room, right? So that can get a little weird. That's 2 characters. I'll just wait. I'm gonna see how that works out. If I just, like, play the patience game a bit more. Now, Laura's there on the left. Do I just keep the light off? She left. Now there's someone on the left. So you can tell direction-wise where they are. So you don't always have to shut off the light. But I'm gonna do it anyway, because they don't punish me for keeping the light off. Which is also interesting. Like, technically speaking, what's to stop me from keeping the light off always? You know, unless I have to leave the room or something. Let's fix the gas leak. Because there's no need for me to be on camera. Right? There's no need to be on cameras at all. Right? Because everything, it's all sound-based. That's the only way I know whether to shut off the light or leave the room. So I don't need to watch them on camera. I'll know if I can leave based off the sounds of Laura, or, you know, that noise. I know there's someone in front of me. So if I want to, I can leave via the left, I think. I'm not going to experiment. That's 3 characters now. We're just going to wait here, because there's no need for me to leave. It's weird, because, like, when I think about it... Okay, hold on. Someone got... that. Oh, they're all around me. This is... now on the left again. In front of me. Huh. Yeah, this is very weird. From a gameplay standpoint. Surely in the later nights... Is that a mini loud? I think it is. Or was. First time I heard that sound cue, though. See, for those 2, it's very obvious when they leave because they have ongoing music. For that, though, it's a lot harder to tell because how do I know if they leave? That's 1, that's 2 characters. You have that. Okay, so in that case, I can leave. Okay. Okay, and that also guarantees if I can hear them on the left, I'm safe to go up front. Okay. But does it, I mean, from what I understand, there's two ways to deal with them, right? You either shut off the light or you leave the room. You can only shut off the light in this room, so like in that scenario, right? Two characters arrived on my left. Leaving the room should still work. I don't have to turn off the lights, but sometimes you have to if you're surrounded both ways. It is a very odd gameplay system as I'm like going through, because it feels very cheesable so far if you just stay in the main room. But we'll see what Night 4 has to offer. Actually, wait, but I do want to see if they have anything in the camera and the thing here. I'll keep an eye out for any tapes, because I'm pretty sure I missed like one from the first night anyway.
How's your fourth night going? I hope it's going good. This guy told us some incredible things which really amazed me. Everything which happened in the first establishment called Madol's...
Yeah, you're gonna have to put a pin in it. Let's see this. So back in the establishment, obviously we know this guy's fed up because he's not getting any acclaim for the work he did with the animatronics. So it looks like he tampered with them. Done. I think it's enough. Let's see if Madol is able to if Madol can make something go wrong. Hopefully it's not very critical. This establishment has to close down. So it's another one of these scenarios where they're gonna shut down the whole place, even though like they're tied to the place. This happens in Dolma'S Remastered, where to some extent, wait, is it Dolma'S Remastered where this happens? No, it's not that. There's a game that does this similarly, where a jealous individual becomes the co-owner of the establishment. Specifically, I forgot what game it was, but it's like, even though they're co-owners of the establishment, they have like so much authority. They're so jealous that they would rather see the place shut down and fail, even though they are so tied up with it being like a co-owner. It's boggling. So we have another case of that happening, pretty much. All right, let's get back to listening to that phone call. Oh wait, that's right. I don't have to actually sit here.
How's your fourth night going? I hope it's going good. This guy told us some incredible things which really amazed me. Everything which happened in the first establishment called Madol's Carnival back in 1998 was all caused by jealousy.
Oh.
The original robot called Madol was created due to a dog which the two brothers had during their childhood, dying one day crossing the road.
Oh, damn.
Very sad, I know. One of our biggest fears as a child is our pet dying. I don't really remember that robot, but I remember her being a tall yellow dog wearing a black bow tie and a black skirt. The establishment had another robot called Spring Billy, which had a similar design to the actual Billy, but featured the same hue as Madol. Both animatronics being the famous Springlock suits.
Okay.
This was Madol's Carnival. After the accident there, the establishment was changed to Madol's Circus, and the color of the animatronics' clothing was changed from black to red. A very exciting story, isn't it? Well, I don't want to continue bothering you. Talk to you tomorrow night.
So there wasn't. So Madol's Circus was the previous establishment. After but Madol's was first, then this whole deal of RoboSmith, and then Dolma'S. Okay. Obviously, so the locations that we keep seeing is Madol's Circus, 1998, about 11 years ago. That was bad timing. I don't know why I did that. I thought I could beat the sound cue. Yeah, okay. I wanted to see how long I can actually hold out before the gas gets too much. That's the only concern I have. It's like, how do I know when it's safe to go? Like, I mean, yeah, I guess I could always check the cameras. It's the best way for me to know. Oh, God. Alright, let's try and stay in the room this time. We'll pretty much stay here until something pretty much forces us out. Because I'm curious, technically speaking, you could also stay in here. But that could be tricky? I think anyway, I'm not sure. Because again, like normally speaking, with a room like this, you should be able to leave no matter what. I don't think they can force, because there's no... Wait, you can shut off the light in here too? Okay. Huh, wait, if I could shut the light off in here, what's to stop me from shutting the light off in here and stay in this room? Okay, the fact that I can't keep the light off and do the gas leak at the same time. No, but still, like, there has to... I didn't realize I could shut off the lights in every room. Can I shut it off here? Let's see. Does it work? Or do I have to leave? It worked. Okay, let's just leave. I have a feeling... I don't know if you could shut off the light in that scenario, though. But it worked on the mini-Lao. Oh, god damn it. Hold on. Again. Oh my god. So, it's a good thing I stayed here. Honestly, even the flashlight, there's a lot about this game that's already, like, I don't know, I'm like, again, it's like, it's such a unique gameplay structure, so, I know I said that like a bunch of times, but I'm trying to wrap my head around it, it's pretty much. I kind of want to get to like 5, and then I can test out whether you can shut off the light in this room. Oh, god damn it. Wait, no, it's fine. I should be able to survive here. So shutting off the music works for Laura as well. And there we go. That is... okay. I guess we'll just we'll move on to night 5, beat that, and then we'll conclude it there. Because I assume... I know there's a night 6, because I already saw some patch notes. But... I'm hoping night 5 will give us like some sort of ending to like conclude this video at least. First, we're gonna have to obviously get the minigame here. Okay, high electromagnetic level. They're kind of going into the reasoning as to why their animatronics are acting so weirdly. So now, after tampering with my doll, I just realized my doll, Dolma, I just realized that. I've been expecting you, Mr. Anderson. I knew you would come. Oh my god. Nice to meet you, Mr. Afton. I have already been a bit of a follower of your work, and now it's a pleasure to work with you and your crew here. So he's listening in on the conversation? You know, these robots behave like they are alive, and our job is to study them. You'll be kept in charge of the main one, Dolma. She is kept in chamber number 1. Okay. Alright. Well, now let's actually pay attention to what's happening here. I'm gonna immediately go in this room. Already?
After studying the animatronics for a while, Afton has figured out these animatronics have a high electromagnetic level.
Yeah.
I think there's something wrong with them. Afton is about to reach a conclusion. Tonight is your last night here. We appreciate what you have done for us. Furthermore, we are going to be giving you a copy of the blueprints for the new models designed by Afton.
Oh, thanks.
The upcoming Dolma'S Grand Circuits. That's
Oh.
everything I have to tell you. Good night.
Let's see if turning off the light here works. There's someone else. I should be able to constantly see them in front, but again, I'm testing out the theory now of whether you can stay in this room. I think you can. You can just stay... You can stay in this room. Even if they arrive. You can stay in this room. Keep the light off. So why would you move around? It's 2:30, not... Oh. I was about to say not a single gas leak yet. Until now. I'm curious, actually. Whenever the sound happens, let me check here to make sure that they're actually, like, in front of me. Because I was also wondering, like, what if... I don't know. I have... Okay, never mind. I just... Safe to say, I have a lot of thoughts regarding the gameplay structure, at least. Let me check. Okay, so you're here. Shut the light off. Only thing is you... Oh my god. Never mind, I was gonna check to see. Okay, yeah, you left. Alright, and that's the end of night 5. Huh. I guess it is possible to just stay in the pipe room. Alright, well I was originally planning on just leaving it without the 6th night, but I'm curious to see how night 6 is. If it's a lot like night 5, we're just gonna do it here. So yeah, night 6. Let's see if, gameplay-wise, if it's the same, then yeah, we're pretty much gonna just repeat what we did there. But first, no phone call, because they let me go here immediately. So we're gonna try and see first if we have any, what's it called? Any special tape to watch here. Yeah, I think by now one would have definitely passed by. It's 12:30, so I don't think... Let's see. So without any... Apparently it doesn't seem like there is a tape, so we're just gonna wait in the pipe room again and see how that goes. Yeah, I can see... Honestly, staying in the pipe room is pretty much playing the game on easy mode. Because compared to the main office, you don't get visited nearly as often. You rarely get visited here compared to the main office. Same goes for the camera room. Only difference is the camera room is much further away from the pipe room, so obviously you run the risk of having to wait longer, right? From leaving the camera room to maybe waiting in the main office room for all the characters that pop by, and then you'll be able to move on forward. Okay, they're gone. Yeah, those moments are where it gets tricky, because you can definitely obviously crank this while the sound cues are happening, or you know, the main ones for, you know, mini loud doesn't count, but like when the other 3 animatronics are here, you know you're good while they're making the sound cue, but after that it's kind of rough. Like this, like there you go. I mean, okay, well, you know what I mean. I don't know. Point being, it gets tricky when you don't know exactly when they leave, so it's like I kind of have to give them some leg room, because if I, you know, am a bit too careless, I get caught. So now, here's our ending. There's Dolma. This guy enters in. So this is still Maddles, right? Oh. Damn. His own creation turned against him. I did not see that one coming. So does this mean Dolma's possessed by him now? Is that what, like, kind of like leads to everything? After the accident with the Dolma animatronic, in which John Anderson, the famous co-owner of Dolma'S Entertainment, died, the company decided to give it back to the pizzeria for avoiding more problems. There's something wrong with that animatronic, said William Afton, the famous owner of Afton Robotics. Furthermore, 2 more animatronics were denied, the 2 spring-lock suits from the first establishments. Wait, so John Anderson, the co-owner of Dolma'S Entertainment, died. So that was that John Anderson in the room then? Is that what I'm supposed to get there? That it was John Anderson in the room. He's the one that was messing around with Maddle? Is that what's happening there? I guess so. I didn't realize that he was talking to William there in the previous cutscene. Again, a bit unexpected. Let's see here. Animatronics, jump scares behind the scenes. So that's it. There is no custom night. Okay. So you pretty much just blew through the entire game here then. Let's go back into extras real quick, actually. Take a look at the animatronics, jump scares behind the scenes. So obviously I have old Dolma, old Billy, old Laura, old Belle, and old Minnie Lau. Just them 5. As for jump scares, behind the scenes we have some rigging and like model creation, jump scares as well. This is mainly jump scares and rigging from I understand, T-poses and whatnot. I think this is for the stage. this goes for the main office, and this is the map layout. So we actually see the potential routes they can take. So obviously we know that Laura can go everywhere, right? We literally heard her music in the core 3 spots. As for, what's it called? Dolma either goes to the camera room or goes outside your office. That much we do know. They never visit the pipe room. Billy, is it Billy? Yeah, Billy's the blue one. Billy goes to the pipe room and your office, and Belle will always go to one room specifically, and that's always to the left of your camera room. So now that we pretty much beat the game, we got a bit of a better idea as to what happened before the events of the first and second game. What are my thoughts on the? What are my thoughts so far? Story-wise, we're still kind of like working through things, right? We got that context with regards to how Anderson dies and how Dolma'S Grand Circuits came. We kind of get an idea as to why Dolma'S is kind of on the fritz to begin with. Now, my main thing is gameplay. That's what I want to talk about, but I can't really do so with this music. I really wanted to have the... I'll probably like have it still there, like for visual, but I cannot for the life of me take myself seriously when I hear that music. Gameplay-wise, I see the concept. It was a very interesting concept, but I think it was just not executed in the best way. And it's not even from like a difficulty aspect, it's just from a gameplay aspect. You can cheese it so easily, because obviously I think the general gameplay loop idea was that you would go among the different rooms, you know, being ready to like move from room to room, and that idea is pretty cool. But because of how much capability you have, they pretty much make it so easily accessible to you so that you can just stay in one room, right? I mean, think about it. Cameras. What did you need cameras for? To find out where the animatronics are, you know, what positions they were taking, so that you could kind of be prepared from when it comes to moving from room to room. However, you have sound cues that will tell you that as well, so that kind of renders the cameras pointless. So, okay, that takes out the whole camera room. There's no point in going there if you kind of already know where they're all at based off sound cues alone. So that leaves the pipe room and the office room. Now, if the pipe room did not allow you to shut off the light, I think it would have made more sense. Because the fact of the matter is, you can only get rid of the animatronics by either leaving the room or shutting off the light, as they explained. But you can do that in all the rooms, the pipe room being the most crucial one. So it's like, again, nothing stops you from just sitting yourself in the pipe room, camping it out, shutting off the light whenever someone's there, and then you just wait there so that when the pipe starts to leak, you just fix it, and then you go about your day for all 6 nights. There's no need for movement whatsoever, whereas if you just take away the lights in the pipe room, obviously you would have to leave. You don't have that choice of just shutting off the light. So you would leave, and then you'd have to be a bit more strategic, like, okay, you know, let me stay in this room, shut it off. Hell, even with the camera room being useless, if you had the option to just leave the room, right, in the main office room here, like, okay, we're gonna listen to the music again. Or maybe I'll just mute the music. Maybe that's what I'll do. Looking at this layout, right? So, if you didn't have the lights here, let's say, Billy shows up, you retreat back here, and let's say another animatronic pops up here. At least you can either here shut off the light, or if this area is clear, you just retreat to the camera room so that you can kind of make them go away a bit more quicker, as opposed to just sitting there and being like, okay, I don't know where to leave. I think like that's probably another issue I have, is the fact that there's no definite sound cue for when some of the characters leave. Obviously you can tell when Laura and the Mini-Lao leaves because they have specific unique sound cues, but as for the other 3, they don't leave any sound cues when they leave, right? So you kind of have to just like wait around 5-10 seconds, more so on the 10-second side to be safe. But just in general, from a gameplay side of things, what I'm trying to say in general is just that the fact that they let you stay in the pipe room, which is a room you need to go to, you know, to survive the night, obviously for the gas leaks. The fact that they let you just shut off the light and stay there pretty much eliminates almost all of the gameplay mechanics. no need to move among rooms if you could just stay there. Pretty much takes away the threat whatsoever. At that rate, all you're worried about is timing. And that's very rarely a so, because you can tell here, the hotspot is your office. All 4 animatronics can stop by your office. Whereas the pipe room, only 2. And the mini Lao, right? Which already, you know, leads to just like reduced interaction time, a lot more downtime. Because literally you have Laura, who can go pretty much anywhere she wants. So obviously she's not going to be popping by as often. And Billy can go either to the pipe room or all the way down to your office. It's just one of those things where it's like, despite the fact that they have so many possibilities, the fact that you can survive in the pipe room on your own kind of negates a lot of that, you know, pathfinding and a lot, you know, the work behind their routes and whatnot. It kind of nullifies a lot of their mechanics, is what I'm trying to say. So in general, I think it would have made more sense if, you know, this was the intent, right, to go from room to room throughout the gameplay, throughout the night, right? Like, make it so that you can't shut off the lights in the pipe and camera room, so that you're forced to retreat to the office. Because that's how I kind of originally played. Camera room, someone shows up, I retreated to the office, because I knew generally that was going to be the safe spot, and I had to retreat anyway. I assumed you couldn't turn off the lights in those rooms. But you can, which makes the game way easier than it should be. From just like a normal gameplay level, because again, it's kind of like, I kind of just ignored all the mechanics, since I didn't have to move anywhere, basically. But that pretty much wraps up my thoughts on Five Nights at Dolma'S 3. Regardless of those critiques, right, and just the fact, you know, kind of like breaking down the gameplay there, it is an interesting idea, I will say. Like, you know, if it was like fleshed out the way that I kind of described, it would have made for a more interesting gameplay experience. But I do appreciate that it's not the same traditional stuff as it was from the first and second game. But of course, with all that said, I hope you did enjoy. If you did, leave a like, a comment, let me know what you enjoyed from the video and what you want to see from me. The game will be in description below as always, and with that said, I'll see you in another video. Take care.